So since on my actual birthday, I took my wife out to dinner. She wanted to take me out for my birthday dinner on our next night. So she surprised me with a evening at the Lakeside at the Wynn. And we don't go to the Wynn very often, so it was like a double surprise, somewhere I hadn't been before. Their menu looked really good, and I'm a fan of seafood, so I was excited to see what they had to offer. As usual, the hostess and the wait staff were all very good. We never really have any issues with them. The seating was really nice. It was very pretty. It was at sundown, so there's all really good views of the water. The old fashioned I ordered had a blood orange in it and really good flavor, not super strong. Definitely one of the better ones I've ever had. My wife's espresso martini, she said, was the best that she'd ever had, so immediately the drinks were off the charts. The bread was served in the shape of a fish, which was very clever for a lakeside type restaurant, and it was served with a miso butter, and it was the second best bread I've ever had in my life. It was absolutely fantastic, like nearly faultless. For our sides, I got the whipped potatoes, and my wife got the crab cavatelli. The whipped potatoes were absolutely perfect. They're just how I like it, very well seasoned, small chunks. They were great. The crab cavatelli was really good, a little heavy for a side, but my wife ordered it as her main, so it worked out really well, but very good taste in that as well. For my appetizer, I got the petite greens. It had avocado in the center and roasted beets. It was the most balanced, flavorful salad I've ever had. It was very, very good, and probably one of the best salads I've ever had as well. My wife's crab cake was also the best she'd ever had, and the best I'd ever had. The pickled greens on top were perfect balance for the crunch, and the crab was flawless. The sauce was tasty. It was a home run. I ordered the Faroe Island salmon because I don't order salmon as often as I'd like to, so I usually make smoked salmon at home. My issue with the salmon was the flavor didn't really penetrate into the flesh too much, so it had a great char and a great outer seasoning, but it definitely didn't penetrate deep at all, and then it just tasted like a bland fish after like the first second of biting. My wife usually likes lobster, but we're pretty hesitant because we've had some pretty bad lobster experiences. So at the Lakeside, we figured that lobster would be a good choice. Unfortunately, they were sold out of the whole lobster, and the side of lobster tail they delivered had been sitting under the heat lamp for far too long because the outer skin was kind of tough. But it had great flavor, so I try not to knock it too much. And then again, for my birthday, they gave me a free triple chocolate mini cake, and it was very decadent and chocolatey, but it was delicious. Overall, seating and ambiance was very good. We had a nice view of the TV screen on the waterfall. It wasn't too loud. It was just perfect, so it was a great atmosphere. The drinks were 10 out of 10, faultless. Both of our drinks were among some of the better ones that we'd had. The bread was also a 10 out of 10, second best bread I've ever had in my life, and the miso butter was smooth and flavorful, and I probably could have filled up with a whole tray of loaves. For the sides, we gave it a 9 out of 10. My potatoes were amazing. The crab cavatelli was really good. Again, it was a little heavy, but other than that, it was a really, really good side, or for my wife, a main dish. The only thing that stopped this whole dining experience from being one of the best we'd ever had was the mains, unfortunately. My salmon was it was a really thick piece of meat, and I just feel the flavoring wasn't penetrated far enough. But the crust was nice, the crispy skin was good. And then for my wife's lobster tail, unfortunately she did want the full lobster, but they were sold out at 6 p.m., which seemed kind of odd. And then the lobster tail sitting under what I assume was maybe like a heat lamp kind of ruined the texture of it, but the flavor was good, so can't knock it too much. The triple chocolate cake was really good. It was small, but they put a lot of effort into it, and we saw a lot of people with the pineapple upside down cake, which looked really good. So overall 7.5. The mains was like really the only thing that knocked the overall score, unfortunately, but we would highly recommend going to Lakeside at the Wynn.